I used to prepare very decadent desserts, a lot of European decadent desserts. And so what I did was when I started the Nutritarian eating is I thought, I can emulate this. I can make these things taste like a lot of these decadent desserts like that I used to have. And like I did the cream soups that I've showed you how to do, always adding the cashews and so forth to get that creamy consistency. So that's what I'm going to be showing you today are just some of my favorites. So these are the new comfort foods, Vil Comfort Foods. I mean, this is all, what we're doing here is really, really cutting edge. They're very interested in what we're doing in the kitchen, by the way. Because, not many people have heard of this. So we're going to go over sweet, healthy, and beautiful. Because that's how I like my food to look, is I like for it to look beautiful, but be sweet and healthy. And then we'll go over some flavor combinations. So flavorful, satisfying, and nutritious. These foods are not going to spike up your blood sugar like a regular sweet. And once you eat these, start eating these sweets, and then you go back and you try to eat something that's, a regular sweet in a restaurant, it's icky. It's sickeningly sweet. And if you've ever melted ice cream, because when you eat frozen things, it dulls your senses a little bit. So things don't seem as sweet. So when I do make an ice cream, I'll make it a little bit sweeter. But if you thaw out some regular ice cream and taste it thawed out, it's hideous. It is so sweet that even a standard a sad eater would just say that's horrible. But when it's frozen, they love it. So rich tasting, smooth, creamy mouthfeel, that's really important, and sweet, moist, very moist, and crunchy, and of course baking with vegetables and things, and sweet potatoes and beans and so forth to help your cakes and baked products stay nice and moist. Okay, so I only sweeten with whole foods. I don't use maple syrup. I know for a while, a lot of people tout maple syrup, they tout agave, and all of these things. There's no fiber in this stuff, or palm sugar. There's just no fiber. And then when you use the sweeteners like stevia, you're tricking your pancreas. Your pancreas thinks it's sweet. And then it's going to start excreting insulin, and then you don't have any carbs in there, the carbohydrates, the sugars in there and so it's like, where is that? So then you start actually craving carbohydrates. So even using any of those, a lot of people think they can use monk fruit or stevia, but you're just tricking your pancreas. Your pancreas is still going to excrete insulin. Okay, so rich in numerous phytonutrients, vitamins and minerals, all of this. Dates. Do you know how nutrient-dense dates are? Did you know that the Bedouin tribes, when they would go through sandstorms, there'd be a sandstorm for a few days, and they couldn't really eat anything, they would feed dates to themselves and their camels, and they would be just fine just from dates. Because dates have so many nutrients in them, and vitamins and minerals. So it's rich in dietary fiber. All of this has a lot of fiber in it, which we all like. Contain health-promoting antioxidants. So these desserts are actually healthy. Now, we're going to do the muffins that we had last night, the ginger muffins. Thank you. With the sauce. As with, these desserts, it's not something you want to just make a lot of meals out of. Now, these muffins, I do call them meal replacement muffins because they have beans in them. And so it is something, if you're in a rush, you could eat one of those muffins, one or two of those muffins, and it would just be, it's going to get you through, 4 to 6 hours. But I still don't recommend just, chowing down on all this stuff with a whole lot of dates. And then, let's see, go to the next one. So the two types of dates, and they've probably been over it with you. There are many different types of dates. My daughter lives in France with her family. When I go over there, the markets there have many different types of dates, but the ones that are most common over here are the medjool dates and the diglet noor dates. I use diglet noor dates mostly in my cooking. They're more fibrous because they're also less expensive. And so cooking, when I cooked, we had a restaurant and so forth, I was very price conscious. And but then the medjool dates have a meal to play around with. They have a very rich consistency. They're like caramel. I call medjool dates like natural caramel. And but for this, I don't know what we have over here. Looks like we've got medjool, which are fine, but normally for this I would do diglet dates, and I just buy the pitted diglet dates. You can also get, sometimes at health food stores, they'll have chopped date pieces, and which are easier on the blender. And I also get something that I like a lot, which is from Middle Eastern stores, which is a date paste. So it's already made into a paste, and I do like 1 tablespoon of date paste is about the size of a diglet nor date. So that's kind of how I do that one. And raisins, you can sweeten with raisins. Raisins, of course, have a specific flavor. One of the good things about dates is there's really not much flavor. It's kind of just like using sugar. And fresh or frozen or dried fruits or freeze-dried fruits. We order freeze-dried fruits sometimes for some of our products we're working on, because we can get a more intense flavor and sweetness. And it's just the whole fruit. It's just been freeze-dried. You've seen those like freeze-dried raspberries and strawberries and stuff in the store. What's that type of thing? So it's very intense. If I want to make a really strong strawberry flavor, like let's say you got some of those packages of those dehydrated strawberries and you wanted to make a smoothie and you wanted for some kids or whatever, and you wanted to have or popsicles for kids out of a smoothie. You can make popsicles out of smoothies. You could put some of those dehydrated strawberries in there, and it would make it really almost an artificial strawberry flavor. It's so strong. Or like wild strawberries, which are, if you ever have the opportunity to eat wild strawberries, they're very amazing. And then of course bananas. But then again, with the banana, you get the flavor of the banana, unless it's something that has a strong enough flavor that will overpower it. And so the creamy and crunchy would be the good fats from whole foods: nuts, seeds, and avocados. And of course, your seeds are very rich in the anti-inflammatory omega-3s. So that's one of the reasons Dr. Fuhrman likes, even when we're using cashews and stuff, is to throw in some flax, some hemp, some chia seeds, something to get more omega-3 in there, because some of the nuts are not as high in omega-3 as walnuts and the seeds. But I can often interchange pumpkin seeds, raw pumpkin seeds, with cashew nuts. That works pretty well. But that's about the only thing I find really, as I think I mentioned before, the almonds are kind of fibrous. You can still do it. Still works. And for some things it works just fine. But if you want that really smooth, velvety, silky, creamy sauce, then your raw cashews or soaked pumpkin seeds work better.